turn those off, and what I normally do is just hit show current direction, and I'll apply it. That way I can just check. So now it just shows the current wind.
Gotcha.
See, it changed now since we've got up here. It was showing a south wind, and now it's showing that northwest everywhere. So it's October 31st, Halloween. Was planning on getting in a tree today, but not going to. We're going to ground hunt today. It's still raining some. Ground's wet. Seems like a good day to hunt and explore. We're going to stay in the top third off the ridge. I'm looking for some big sign of a deer I'm after to see if I can find more of his core. That's the game plan. It's cold, it's in the 30s. It's the coldest day of the year so far. So pretty excited. Ground's gonna be wet, so we're gonna be able to move around real stealthy like. Be like a little American samurais. You know. That's the game plan. We're gonna get our stuff together, see what we come up with. I can't wait for spring. We're making our way in here. I'm just taking my time though. Last year I brush hogged 2 areas out here. One of them, the clovers finally started coming up in. I don't have a camera there, so kind of just wait until it gets to their shooting light, just in case there's something in there. But work right down this road, down this point, and then drop over, and then hunt right below us here on this top third. Hopefully we find a flat. We hunt around through here. It's gonna take our time. I've got my wind indicator set on X, and it's usually spot on. And it's calm for a northwest wind. When I was out there, it was blowing up out of here. Well, same thing as not yesterday, but the other day when we came in here, blowing the same way, but I think just figuring out the thermals. When I come through this holler, they start pulling down this point, so no good for us. I'm gonna head back and circle around and hunt the opposite direction. Ain't no big deal. We got all day and just don't want to blow anything out on a bad wind. So we're gonna sneak back out of here, just make a big circle and come back in here. He's making our circle up out of here, and 2 hogs just now crossed the road up here in front of me about 80 yards. It's gun season here in West Virginia. I've got my rifle in the truck. You want to go after him?
Absolutely.
We're gonna run back. Put the bow in the truck, grab my gun and orange, and see if we can't catch up with one of these rascals. So just so you all know, state law in West Virginia prohibits you being in the field, actually hunting, with both an arrowed weapon and a firearm, or an air gun it says. But you can have one in the vehicle and then you're out hunting, and switch if you want as long as the season's in. So we're gonna go up here and get a gun and try to get an advantage. Alright, you know where we saw the hog yesterday? The wind's blowing back that way. Them hogs crossed right here. And I didn't hear them when we come past. But we might want to go over there where we saw that hog in the road and come up the hill right there, because the wind's blowing that way. So let's do that.
All right, well, it is October 31st, and there's pretty good frost on this morning. Alex and I came over to Ohio, and we've got a northeast wind to start the day, so we're gonna go in this big wood block and get on this corner to where we're kind of hunting some hardwoods to the north of us, and just sit till probably 9:30 or 10 and see what's going on. And then we're going to get down and scout around a little bit, see if we can find some hot sign. Josh is doing an all-day sit back in southern West Virginia. He's on a pretty good buck back there, so hopefully he gets it done early. I'm not sure about Zach. Chances are he's in bed, warm legging a little bit, so we don't have too bad of a walk in here. It's flat. Alex is gonna love it here because it's flat. We're used to the hills, and we're gonna get in here and get in this tree. That's a doozy. Alright, well, we are up in a tree. It's a little crooked up here, so it's not super comfortable. I'm kind of having to go to one side. Alex is kind of leaning to the side too. We're basically on the edge of thick and then good hardwoods. So we're hoping these deer are working this edge. Looking for a hot doe. I've got a camera here, but it's been dead since October 21st. So I don't really know what's been going on here, but there's been a good big 8-point that's been in here early, so we're really not after a particular deer. Just this time of year in this area, you never know what's gonna walk by. So opportunistic hunter. Yes, sir. I thought he was behind his trees. I couldn't see him. I was trying to figure out which side he's gonna come out of. I told you there's a bunch of them over here. That's why there's 9 turkeys. It's like 10:30, and we've only seen a coyote, squirrels, and we heard a deer blowing like 100 yards away from us. So I don't know what spooked it, but not much going on. So we're gonna climb down and actually walk some of this property and look for some fresh sign and try and make a game plan for this afternoon.
Not good.
What?
It changed, didn't it?
Blowing this way. Blowing this way, blowing that way. I might as well not even put this place as my option over that point because there ain't no trees I can get in with this wind. I mean, if it was a east or south, I'd be fine. But any north at all, and it ain't working. We have decided, I say we because if we don't see nothing,
It's my fault.
I'm gonna blame it on Jacob. He's getting smart. He's figuring it out. We came real close this morning of catching up with them hogs with my gun. We're back to bow hunting. Gonna go in here where we prepped that tree the other day. We got a northwest wind is what the meteorologist says. But when you get up in these mountains, it's just going every which way. So I've decided just to say hell with it because it's so light and variable. I'm gonna go ahead and get in this tree and sit for the evening, see what happens. That's the game plan. Like I said, if we don't see nothing, it's Jacob's fault. Mine and Jacob's first sit together. This is Jacob's first hunt in a saddle. And he's filming. So, just getting settled in. It's early. I don't even know what time it is. Maybe 2:30 or so. We've got a few hours of light. We're just going to sit here and see what happens. This is an old field that I mowed last year and I planted turnips in. The turnips obviously are all gone and the field's just kind of growing up. Been getting a few deer through here and catching them on my camera. I just figured this is where we were going to come and hunt this morning, but we were going to ground hunt around over here. It just didn't happen, so we're going to hang in here till tonight. Well, a little after 5 o'clock, had 2 does. Came through earlier, fed around a little bit, then walked up the road. I was very surprised they didn't smell us. But they didn't. They were just chilling. So, got a couple hours of shooting life left. Go hang in there. The temperature is dropping. For sure, we're supposed to be in the 20s tonight. Maybe even a chance of a little bit of snow.
start walking this edge, there's a low spot right here, and there's a fresh scrape here. There's like 3 or 4 more right there. There's a place in the fence here that's low. You can see all the mud and the tracks where they jump it right there. So we're gonna hang this camera looking at this scrape and where they're jumping the fence. And then we're still gonna keep walking and walk this big circle around and look for more sign, but I think this is a good spot to put this camera. Alright, well, Alex and I got in a tree, actually, a while back. We scouted around a little bit and found some hot sign. We actually got 2 scrapes right under us on this edge. We're on this creek bank, or on this, right above this creek. We got standing corn over here to our right, which the wind's coming from it. So we took a nap this afternoon. It was really nice. The sun was in us, it was perfect. We probably got another, hour till dark or so. So we're hoping something gets on its feet, maybe walks this edge and checks these scrapes, or comes out of that corn to come through this creek. So see what happens. Good for him. Shit, man.